So when people think about abundance, they sometimes think only in terms of money. That, the first image that comes to mind is about money, having more money. But actually, abundance not just relates to money, but it relates to every aspect of your life. Because imagine if you have money but you don't have good health, or if you have money but you don't have good relationships, or people to enjoy all your money with. So the way I look at abundance is from a more holistic purpose, from a more holistic perspective, that it not only involves your financial wealth, but also your emotional wealth. Your relationships, your health, your well-being, your overall way of life, the overall quality of your life, how you feel in your day-to-day life every single day. And there are certain principles of creation that goes into, of course, manifesting anything that you want, whether it is your health, your well-being, your relationships, anything. But one of the things that we sometimes tend to forget is really the power of surrendering or letting go. So we will be coming back to the principles of creation in more greater detail. But before we even get into that, it is a good idea to understand why letting go is so important. Because sometimes that is one of the things that a lot of books that talk about manifestation or how to, create the life that you want, they don't really talk about how to let go. And even one of the things that Abraham Hicks talks about is, allowing things to happen or just letting things be. And for quite some time, I was listening to Abraham Hicks' teachings and, how they talk about allowing. And then I was wondering but how do I let things go? Like sometimes when I'm really, I really want something really bad, and how do I just let it go? How can I just surrender it just like that when I really want it so desperately? And then I found this really great technique of letting go, surrendering. It's called the Sedona Method. And I use that technique quite a bit in my coaching, and that is one of the techniques that some of the exercises we will be doing today about letting go and surrendering. And the reason we need to let go is because what happens is, what we are doing most of the time in our life is we have all this list of things that we want, that we don't have yet. And some of the things we already do have. Like for instance, maybe you already do have some amount of money. It's not like you have nothing at all. You do have maybe a home, car, maybe, relationships with people who love you. So it's not like we come from a point zero where we have literally nothing. We do have a lot of the things that we already want in our life. And the things that we like in our life, the people whom we love, or the things that we really cherish and enjoy, like our possessions, our belongings, we tend to really grab onto them. We are literally holding on to them because we don't want to lose them. We don't want to lose our belongings. We don't want to lose the people whom we love. So on one hand, we are trying to hold on to the things that we love. And then through our life experiences, we have also learned that there are certain things which are negative, which are bad, which we should never have, or should we never, think about or talk about. Especially when you get into this, spirituality with law of attraction and The Secret, or even teachings of Abraham Hicks. Sometimes people get into the idea that negative emotions are bad and you should stay away from them and you should deny the negative emotions. The thing is, when you are denying the negative emotions and just trying to pretend that you are happy, it's like putting a happy sticker on top of a sad face. It's just a mask, but you're still unhappy within, and so it doesn't really help. Just wearing a mask is not the same as being happy. It's different. And so that's why what happens is, when we have all these judgments or all these programs running in our mind, that this is good but that is bad, I should have this but I should never think about having that because that is sinful, or he's good but he's really bad, and I should only be with good people, and I should reject or deny the bad people or the bad things, or all the things that I have been taught are sinful or bad or evil. So what we are literally doing in our life is we are grabbing onto all these things that we think are good and we need to keep, and then we are also trying very hard to just push against all the things that we think are bad. Everything that is happening in the world that we perceive as wrong, we are doing our level best to just push against that. On the other hand, we are grabbing onto the things that we really want and cherish, and then there is this whole list of things that we still want to manifest and accomplish more in our life. So we are pushing against something, we are holding on desperately to the thing that we love, and then we are trying to grab onto more and trying to create. But it's such an energetic push and pull happening all the time, that on one hand it's like a tug of war going on at an energetic level, that you are trying to push against all the things that you perceive to be bad, that you have been taught to be bad, and then you're trying to hold on to the things which you have been taught to be good, and then there are also a list of things that you want to manifest. So you're trying to go grab onto those things too somehow. But what finally happens is that, you know, you try to grab on more, but you don't really have the space in your life to grab on anymore. And sometimes it creates a feeling that, you know, things just come falling apart. And that's why letting go or surrendering is so important. Because when we surrender, then what happens is, instead of trying to push against things and trying to hold on to things and then trying to grab on some more, we're just free. So there is that energetic tug of war is not happening anymore. And now I have created this space for myself where I can start welcoming things into my life without creating this energetic tug of war. And we do this constantly, like 24/7, all day, every day, year long. Every single time we push against something and we try to make something bad and make something good, we are doing this, we are engaging ourselves energetically in a tug of war. And it just takes up a lot of our energy, it takes up a lot of our focus on, you know, resisting and then trying to grab onto something. And this energetic tug of war is what really drains us over a period of time energetically. Like little kids, they are not really so resistant initially, until of course they start growing and then, you know, adults train them to be adult-like. So little kids are like they are welcoming everything in general. They're just in an open space. But when we grow up, the society kind of trains us to, you know, deny certain things, reject certain things. However, letting go or surrendering is really, the main thing is about making a decision to let go. Surrendering is really just deciding that you can let go. It is as easy as me holding on to this thing. If you just hold on to a pen for a second, you know, just hold on as tightly as you can. And what will happen if you're just doing that for 1 hour? Just holding on to your pen, like for 1 hour as tightly as you can. If that pen resembles all the things that you want in your life and you're really gripping onto it. After an hour, exactly, after an hour, your hand will start aching really bad. And then what happens is, we are pretty much doing that thing all our life with every single thing that we want. And every single thing, even the things that we already have. Even the things that we already have, we are so scared of losing those things that we are really grabbing onto those things with all our might. And so much of our energy is just going towards grabbing onto things that we are not creating the space to have something more. It's like energetic clutter in a way. Like, you know, maybe not a perfect example, but if my closet is already full of clothes, there is no more space for any new clothes to come in. So if I want to have a whole new wardrobe, if I want to change my whole appearance, if I want to appear different, I have to throw away some of the previous clutter and make space for a new wardrobe there. Otherwise, there is no way something can come in. And so when we decide to let go, it's really as simple as just choosing to let go. And you can just let it drop just like that, just by making up your mind. So the first thing is really just a decision.